शुरू करा मैडम.
Deepti madam,
Yes, ma'am.
you can start, madam. Yeah.
I wish each and everyone present on this virtual platform a very pleasant morning. Friends, today is the 6th day of this Personality Development Certificate course, which has been presented by Imprint in collaboration with Click and colleges like RAJKUMAR KEWALRAMANI Kanya Mahavidyalaya, MANOHARRAO KAMDI Mahavidyalaya, DAYANAND ARYA Mahavidyalaya, and ANJUMAN Girls Degree College of Arts. As we move towards the end of the 7-day personality development course, I'm sure that it was a great learning experience for the participants. So today we have with us yet another erudite speaker Dr. Kanchan Joshi, who will be dealing with the topic interpersonal skills, which means the ability to communicate or interact with people around us, which is yet another very important aspect of personality development. But before I invite her for her presentation, let me briefly introduce her to you. Dr. Kanchan Joshi is an assistant professor of English working in Sriniketan College, Nagpur since last 14 years. She is the coordinator of IQAC of her college. Her area of interest is diasporic literature. She has quite a few research articles published in national and international journals. To her credit, she has been invited as guest lecturer at various colleges. She has also organized various academic, cultural, and social events in her college. Madam is also actively involved in different cells and committees of her college and takes keen interest in developing students. She considers herself an ardent learner and is continuously involved in the noble cause of knowledge sharing. So, once again, I welcome Dr. Kanchan, and over to you, Kanchan, for the proceedings.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for your kind words. At the outset, I would like to thank the organizers of 7 days personality development certificate course. I would like to thank Dr. Urmila Dabir madam, Dr. Usha Sapure madam, Dr. Shraddha Anil Kumar, and Dr. Anjum Ara. I am grateful to the coordinators, Dr. Meenakshi Vasnik, Dr. Madhavi Mohril, Dr. Sujata Chakravarti, and Dr. Dipti Jain. For giving me the chance to put forth my views. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Allow me to share my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible. Right.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. As the students, you have been learning the different skills as a part of your personality development certificate course. You have already learned about the communication skills, the problem solving, then ambition. Today, we are going to learn about the interpersonal skills. Man is a social animal. We are social beings. So we cannot live in isolation. We need someone to share our joys, to share our griefs. So we cannot live in isolation. We cannot say that मैं हूं तो बस हो गया. It's not like that. We need people. We need society as we are social beings. So interpersonal relationships are and have been the core of our social system. Whatever the social system is, as we are living in a society, what is the core of that social system? That we build the relationships with one another. So man is incomplete without society. Man is man is incomplete. Man अकेला नहीं रह सकता है. We need people. So man is incomplete without society, and no man can break the shackles of mutual dependence. हम ऐसा नहीं कह सकते हैं कि मुझे किसी की जरूरत नहीं है, but we need people. We need someone to share our joys, to share our grief. So we cannot leave all alone and say that I don't need anybody. But being just happy, we need company. So no man can break the shackles of mutual dependence, means we are dependent on each other. So as we are a social being, we need people around us. Now, let's see what are interpersonal skills. Like, interpersonal skills are important to communicate and work with groups and individuals in your professional and personal life. So, interpersonal skills means what? Inter means between. Inter means between, and relationships between the people is interpersonal skills. So interpersonal skills are the behaviors and tactics a person uses to interact with others effectively. In the business world, the term refers to an employee's ability to work well with others. So it is a people's skill. It is, we can say that it is an employability skill. It is a people skills, means here the leader or the manager, he has to deal with people. So it is a people skill. As I have already told you that inter means between and the relationship between the people. So here the leader has to deal with so many people, and these dealing with people means that tackling a person, that is interpersonal skills. As it is often called a people skills and employability skills. Why employability skills? Employer always want a person, or he always try to find this interpersonal skills in his employee. So it is employability skill, because employer always wants to find out these skills in the employee. So it is very much wanted, and it is an important skill which is a prerequisite to start with your career. Then, nature of interpersonal skills. What is the nature of interpersonal skill? Verbal and non-verbal interactions. You have already seen this: verbal communication, non-verbal communication. So verbal and non-verbal interactions between two or more independent individuals represents interpersonal communication. So these are the types, like you can verbally communicate, and of course non-verbal means only gestures. Non-verbal interactions are always important. So verbal and non-verbal interactions between two or more independent individual represents interpersonal communication, because it is a dialogue between the two people, whether it is a verbal or non-verbal. As it is, because verbally also you communicate, and non-verbally also you communicate. Your means your facial expressions, the way body language, it also gives, or it also communicates, it gives signals. Okay, so verbal and non-verbal interactions between two or more independent individuals represents this interpersonal communication. Interpersonal skill comprises of exchange of verbal and non-verbal messages, and they are very, very important. Now let's see what John Rockefeller says. John Rockefeller is a great American business magnate and philanthropist, and he says that I will pay more for the ability to deal with people than for any other ability under the sun. He says that as an employer, he says that I will always appreciate the interpersonal skills, means the ability to interact with people or to deal with people, is very, very crucial for the employer, because see, in his company so many people will be working, and if they have a good harmonious relationship with one another, then they will be able to give their 100%. So he says that I'll pay more for the ability to deal with people than for any other ability under the sun. He says harmonious interpersonal relationship is the gateway to the success. मीन्स बहुत सारे लोग आप काम करते हो एक साथ एक ऑफिस में, बट इफ यू आर नॉट गेटिंग वेल विथ वन अनदर, अगर आपकी एक दूसरे के साथ अच्छे से नहीं बन रही है, तो दैट रिलेशनशिप विल बी इंटरिंग, लाइक वो इंटरफेयर करती है, वो आपका जो रिलेशनशिप है उसमें प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं, देन यू विल नॉट टेक द हेल्प, यू विल नॉट हेल्प द अदर पर्सन. सो अल्टीमेटली it will affect on your work. So harmonious relationships is the gateway to the success. If you want to become a successful, then you should always try to develop the harmonious relationship, peaceful relationships with your colleagues. So as John Rockefeller says that he'll be paying more to the person who has got in a good interpersonal skills. It is very true, because if you अगर आपकी अच्छे से नहीं बन रही है तो आपको उसके रिजल्ट्स नहीं मिलेंगे. Next, need of interpersonal skills. Like we are talking about the interpersonal skills, blah blah blah, like this is dealing with the people and all, and it is important, but what is the need actually, why we should learn the interpersonal skills? One more thing is that interpersonal skills are the soft skills, and some people are born with these skills, but these skills can be learned. So interpersonal skills can be learned, and that's why we are here to learn these interpersonal skills, its need and its importance. Okay, so needs of interpersonal skills is first is to building or to improve the relationships. It helps foster and maintain personal relationships, and they also have a better relationships at home and at work. See, interpersonal skills are important in your professional life, as well as they are very, very important and crucial in your personal life as well, because you, with these interpersonal skills, you build the relationships. So building meaning what's building meaning? Building the relationship means the connections. You develop the personal relationships at work and maintaining with the professional boundaries. Okay, when you are in the office, you try to connect with your colleagues, you try to connect with your superiors, you try to connect with your subordinates. So building the connections with others is an interpersonal skill, and developing this personal relationships at work is a social competence, you can say. It is a social competence, and it is a critical factor for employees. And to means social competence is critical factor for employees to build positive attitude for life. If you build a good positive relationships with your colleagues, then you will be able to build the good team, and you will be able to become successful in your work. So building social relationship with colleagues, building social relationships with the people is a general factor of happiness. If you have a good relationship, harmonious relationship with your colleagues, then you will be happy. And when your colleagues and your team members and you are happy, then you will be able to give your 100% to your work, and you will build something really concrete, and you will give your 100% to it. Then working environment is very very important. Like employers value interpersonal skills. Why? Because they contribute to positive work environments and help maintain an efficient workflow. If working environment is good, then people will feel like working, people will feel like coming to the office and work for the extra hours. So working environment is very very important, it is very crucial for the work or to fulfill the goals or to achieve the goals. Owners also want the dynamic workplace. Owners also want a dynamic workplace. Why? Because the workplace is dynamic, then the employees will uh, tend to feel like coming and working and giving their 100%. Then the productivity. If you are careful about the opinion, like the benefits of good interpersonal skill can affect the morale and productivity of your entire team or department. If the leader has these interpersonal skills, and leader always wants to increase the productivity of their employees. So if he is good at interpersonal skills, then, and if you are careful about, if he wants to improve the productivity, then he will have to maintain the good relationships with the employees, and he will have to be careful about the others opinion as well. So if he listen to his subordinates, if he listen to his superiors as well, and then he will take an action, then the productivity then ultimately productivity will be increased. So productivity depends on the interpersonal skills. Then the next is they make you relatable. If the leader or the management people, if they are good at their interpersonal skills, then they are relatable. How? The ability to interact with others significantly enhances your chances of being viewed as approachable by co-workers and managers. See, when they relate, like people have many problems, like जहां पे भी आप काम करते हो बहुत बार बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स होती है, बट if that co-worker can talk to his superior or talk with his manager and share his problem, then they can solve that problem. So this ability to interact with others significantly enhance the chances of being viewed as approachable. अगर किसी वर्कर को लगता है कि हाँ ये मैं जाके बता सकती हूँ, या फिर मुझे जो भी प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है, जो भी मुश्किलें आ रही है, अगर मैं ये सुपीरियर्स के साथ शेयर कर सकती हूँ, तो हो सकता है कि ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो सके. लेकिन जाने से अगर वो डर रहा है, तो he will not be able to solve that problem, he will not be able to get the solution. But the leader has good interpersonal skills, then the subordinates will feel that yes, he is approachable and now I can share my problems, and of course I'll get the solution as well for that. Okay, so they make you relatable. When you have the interpersonal skills, the people can make you relatable. Now the improve customer satisfaction. Say people have to when you are working in a company, you have to make the agreements, you have to join the clients as well, you have to deal with your clients. So interpersonal skills are very much required. It could increase sales, then encourage negotiations and leave customers feeling satisfied with the service they have received. So improve customer satisfaction is very very important, because customer is whole and soul. हमारा जो business है वो customers पे ही डिपेंड होता है. सो कस्टमर्स को सेटिस्फाई करना ये हमारा बहुत बड़ा कर्तव्य होता है, और उसके लिए जो भी लीडर है जो भी मैनेजर है उसको बहुत सारे कस्टमर्स के साथ डील करना पड़ता है, एग्रीमेंट्स करने पड़ते हैं, एमओयूज करने पड़ते हैं, बहुत सारे उनके साथ डिस्कशंस करने पड़ते हैं। और अगर आप बहुत अच्छे हो इंटरपर्सनल स्किल्स में, देन यू कैन ऑलवेज क्रैक द डील्स, यू कैन इंक्रीज द सेल्स एंड encourage the negotiations, you can convince the people for that. So interpersonal skills are important and it is a need to improve the customer satisfaction. With the interpersonal skills we can build the trust. An inadequate degree of openness can lead to disenchanted employees and lack of loyalty. अगर आप बात नहीं करते हो या फिर आधी बात पहुंचती है अगर, then you cannot build the trust. So openness is very, very much required. Whatever you want, you should be able to tell the people. The message should be conveyed clearly, and that is why here interpersonal skills plays a great role. Now, as we have already seen what is the need, what is the interpersonal skill. Now, valuable interpersonal skills for your career. What are the valuable interpersonal skills and that should be learned? Okay, the first is active learning. Active learning. See, only technical knowledge is not sufficient. It is not enough to hire a person, but he should have the great communication or the good communication skills. Active listening is required, as listening is essential skill. ये कहा जाता है कि if you are a good listener, then you can be a good speaker. So first you have to listen. What is the difference between hearing and listening? Hearing is related with the five senses. Okay, perceiving the sounds, that is hearing. कि सिर्फ हमें noise, sounds ये हम देख रहे हैं और हमको सुनाई दे रहे हैं, that is hearing. But when it comes to the listening is an attempt where you pay attention to it. So hearing is perceiving just sounds, noise, or sense noise, you can say, sense sounds. But listening is what? Where you pay attention. It is a thoughtful attention to the speaker. So active listening is an art of communication. बहुत हड़बड़ी में जाने की जरूरत नहीं कि जैसे ही कुछ किसी ने बोलना चालू किया and you start speaking. No, first you have to listen carefully what the other person is saying. So active listening is an art of communication and it is very, very much required skill that garners clients and colleagues' attention, and it is a way of responding to the person. When you listen to somebody, means you are responding to that person. It is a way of responding which improves again the mutual understanding कि मैं बात कर रही हूँ और सामने वाला मुझे सुन रहा है, शांति से सुन रहा है, and he is very much interested what I am saying. So it is a way of mutual understanding, and you can say active listening is an ability to focus on speaker. You are focusing on a speaker, what he is trying to say, what message he wants to convey, and with that message I have to comprehend that message and then I have to react. So active listening is very important. It is an important part of interpersonal communication. So listening skill helps to develop curiosity, focus, and inquiry. When you listen to certain thing, you can ask questions about it. You can be curious because you understand. You try to comprehend the message, and then you can inquire about that. The next valuable skill is empathy, or you can say caring. So it means it is an ability to step into the shoes of another person. यानी खुद को उसकी जगह देखना. It means seeing things from others' perspective or their perspective, you can say, and feel their pain, feel their joy as if yours. So it is an ability to step into the shoes of another person, an ability to understand others' problem or complaint. If you are a leader, you should be able to see the problems of others as if it is yours, and it helps other person to gain a sense of belonging. If you understand the things, if you understand the problems of others, then they may sense like of belonging कि yes, ये मुझे अपना समझते और मेरी प्रॉब्लम समझ रहे हैं. So again, it is a very important thing to build the good relationship, which is very, very important. It helps other persons to gain a sense of belonging. Then it builds trust and closeness and understanding. Okay, building a closeness, building a trust is very important at workplace as well as in personal life as well. Then leadership में like strategic thinking is very important. Strategic thinking is the ability to analyze and understanding the big picture of a team. When you are working in a team, you have to lead the others, है ना? So that time you have to anticipate the potential of the other people. Then you have to anticipate the challenges. You have to anticipate the challenges of the others. Challenges and caliber of the others. So you have to plan accordingly. Then planning and conveyance. Planning is required skill in the leader, and it is a function of management. Setting the objectives, setting the goals, and determining a course of action. कि सेट करना है गोल, फिर क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आ सकते हैं, उसके बाद में हमें क्या एक्शन लेनी है, तो उसके लिए प्लानिंग करना है. दैट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो इट एनेबल लीडर्स टू फॉस्टर मीनिंगफुल रिलेशनशिप विद देयर टीम, engage and motivate employees, navigate setbacks, and address the root cause of poor performance. So leadership में ये सारी चीजें करनी पड़ती है. Like to foster the meaningful relationship, उसको leader को relationships तो build करनी ही पड़ेगी, तब जाके वो उनसे काम करवा सकेगा. So to foster meaningful relationship with their team, engage them and motivate them to work hard, navigate the setbacks, जो भी setbacks है, and navigate the setbacks and address the root cause of poor performance. So planning is very, very important, and according to that planning, they have to work. Then the communication, we have already discussed a lot about the communication, which is the most important interpersonal skill in any job, whether it is of IT, whether it is of any government job or sales. But communication is very, very important, and leaders should be good communicators because they inspire, they motivate the other people, they empower the people around them. So it is very, very important as with the interpersonal skills, they should be able to express clearly and effectively. Then people management is very important. The leader should have this quality of managing the people. It is a non-technical skill. कि एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव पोस्ट पे जो लोग हैं उनको बहुत सारे लोगों के साथ डील करना पड़ता है, एंड इट इज अ डिफिकल्ट स्किल. Managing the people is a very difficult skill. It is very easy for me to work for myself, but it is very difficult to make others work for the company or for you. So managing the people is very, very difficult as it is a non-technical skill, and effective management of people is necessary, and it is a quality for leaders, and strong managers strong managers जो होते हैं वो connect होते हैं उनके employees के साथ बहुत fast, and they value their growth, they value their wellness, and they build a good relationships, and they can manage the people well, and they can make them work for themselves. देन इनोवेशन स्किल्स, इनोवेशन तो आजकल हर जगह रिक्वायर्ड है, हर जगह लोग बोलते हैं कि इनोवेशन होना चाहिए. इनोवेटिव लीडरशिप लाइज इन इट्स एबिलिटी टू एक्सटेंड द लॉन्जेटिविटी ऑफ अ कंपनी. अगर इनोवेशन नहीं है, नई आइडियाज नहीं है, तो कंपनी की ग्रोथ कैसे होगी? आजकल हम देखते हैं कि देयर इज अ tough competition in every field, so innovation is must. So it is a responsibility of the leader, like he should have that ability of innovation, because with his own ideas he can improve the companies or the brand of company, and it refers to the business leaders that strive to improve the business. So innovation skills refers to strive to improve the business with large scale changes. So he has to bring the large scale changes in the business with the innovation skills. Then motivation. Leader should have this interpersonal skill, that is motivation. The process of motivation plays a very important role in any organization, profit or non-profit, doesn't matter, but he should inspire, he should motivate. Because of this motivation, what are the why motivation is important? Because it increases productivity, it guarantees organizational efficiency, and ensure loyal workforce. So employers who have the interpersonal skills are invaluable as they motivate others and keep morale high. Motivation is a driving force. Motivation is a driving force behind human action. So motivation ही एक driving force होता है human action के पीछे, की उसे कोई ना कोई motivate करते रहता है कि ये आपको करना है. So it is a process that initiates, or you can say guide and maintains goal-oriented behavior. So it increases your efficiency, then it makes you or it drives you to take the action. It help you to drive avoid the wrong path. अगर मोटिवेशन अच्छा है तो बहुत बार ऐसे होता है कि हम अगर गलत पाथ पे जा रहे हो, तो that leader can say that no, this is not the proper way, you have to go by this road. So motivation is very very important, and that this is a great skill which leader or the team leader or the manager should have. He should be able to motivate the persons and help them to take the actions. Then responsibility. Success on any major scale requires you to accept responsibility. In the final analysis, the one quality that all successful people have is the ability to take on responsibility. This is said by Michael Korda. So success on any major scale requires you to accept responsibility. It means that you should, this is a very much required skill, because you have to prove your ability, you have to prove your caliber. Then that time you have to be able, you should be able to take the responsibility. This responsibility skills are your ability to take ownership of what you do in the workplace, in your workplace. So it is a skill, or you can say it is an attitude also. It is the ability to take on a task, whatever may be the result. कोई भी result हो, result चाहे कुछ भी हो, but you should be able to take the responsibility. You should be, this is an ability to take up on a task and be responsible for it. So whatever it turns out, however it turns out, it is one of those leadership skills कि leader क्या करता है कि responsibility लेता है कि ये मुझे करना है. Yes, I'll do that. I don't know what will happen in the future, but yes, I have to take the responsibility. If we want to live up to the expectations of others, बहुत सारे expectations होते हैं. If we want to live up to the expectations, then we need to take the responsibility. So responsibility लेना, उस पर अमल करना और उस हिसाब से काम करना, ये बहुत बड़ी बात होती है. और ये सारे एम्प्लॉयर्स उनके एम्प्लॉयज में ये जो स्किल है वो देखने की कोशिश करते हैं. और दिस इज वेरी वेरी मच रिक्वायर्ड बाय द एम्प्लॉयर्स ऑल्सो. The next valuable skill is teamwork. टीम वर्क पे बहुत बार बोला जाता है कि इट इज अ ग्रेट एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी स्किल, एज वी हैव ऑलरेडी सीन दैट कि वन सिंगल मैन कोई भी काम नहीं कर सकता. व्हेन यू आर वर्किंग इन ऑफिस, एट योर वर्क प्लेस, you are not the only person who is working hard, but you need people. And when you have to work on some project, then you have to work in a team. And teamwork is an employability skill. कि आपकी कितनी क्षमता है हर एक के साथ काम करने की, ये जो क्षमता है that is an employability skill. Working cooperatively and productively. So the ability to work together as a team is a valuable in a workplace, and teamwork involves many other interpersonal skills. Teamwork में बहुत सारे interpersonal skills होते हैं, like active listening, communication, responsibility, as we have already discussed all these things. So working cooperatively and productivity भी बढ़ानी है. Planning skills, we have already talked about it. So all these interpersonal skills involve in teamwork. Next is conflict resolution. Working with others to resolve an interpersonal conflict and disagreement. This is very very important. Like conflict resolution, 4 लोग अगर साथ में काम कर रहे हैं तो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इज वेरी वेरी ऑब्वियस. लाइक कॉन्फ्लिक्ट तो रहेगा. सो वर्किंग विथ अदर्स टू रिजॉल्व इंटरपर्सनल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट एंड डिसएग्रीमेंट इन अ पॉजिटिव वे, that is very important. Conflict is normal in workplace, and we cannot expect employees to interfere and resolve the conflict. So many times we have to discuss among ourselves, we have to resolve the conflicts in a calm and timely manner. That is very important. When conflict is there, interpersonal communication becomes crucial for resolving them. जहाँ पे conflict है वहाँ पे interpersonal communication is must, and then only you will be able to resolve the conflict. I can say conflict management is very very important, because conflict management is not possible without interpersonal communication. So it is important to manage the conflict तो रहना है, conflict is normal, but the conflict management is very important, so that the workplace can be continued as a happy collaborative place, collaborative environment वहाँ पे होगा, and it will be a positive collaborative environment if the conflict can be managed very well. अगर conflict को अच्छे से manage किया जाता है तो जो आपकी workplace है it will be positive workplace. So where employees will be happy and rapport building भी होगा. They will also help each other, and they will build a great relationship with their team. So building rapport is again to get to know beyond professional you can say capabilities. Rapport building is somewhat, you can say rapport building is getting knowing each other beyond your professional relationships, like or achievements. They try to know that person, his likings, disliking, his about his families and all. That is very important. So rapport building is again an important thing. Openness and mutual trust. So openness and mutual trust is your leader should be open. Open means he should be open to all other employees, about to listen to their opinions, to listen to their views, and they should be open to the feedback as well. Feedback means अगर आपको कुछ चीजें बताई जाती है कि these are not correct. See, what is the human tendency? Human tendency is you become very happy when somebody praises you. Okay, but you cannot take the criticism. So in that way, you should be able to open to the feedback, the negative feedback as well, and you can take it as the statement to for the improvisation. So mutual, with this openness you can build the mutual trust. Build the trust, taking action on employees feedback and offering words of appreciation. जहाँ पे praising है वहाँ पे आपको appreciate भी करना है, but when there is something missing you have to tell these things to the subordinates as well. Then patience is very very important. Actually we live in an impatient world. आजकल तो हमें सब बहुत इंस्टेंट लगता है, इंस्टेंट का जमाना है. सो इट इज अ चैलेंज, एक्चुअली इट इज अ चैलेंज, एंड इट इज अ चैलेंजिंग एबिलिटी टू टॉलरेट विदाउट बीइंग एजिटेटेड. यानी बहुत जल्दी हमें गुस्सा आता है, एजिटेट हो जाते हैं, इरिटेट हो जाते हैं. सो इट इज अ चैलेंज. टू बी पेशेंट is a challenge. Acceptance of any situation, like situation may come when you are working, so any situation may come, so you have to accept the situation and you have to tackle with the situation patiently. When you are tackling the situation you have to suppress the negative emotions. नेगेटिव इमोशंस, क्योंकि जैसे ही बहुत मुश्किलें आती है यू स्टार्ट थिंकिंग नेगेटिवली कि ये तो नहीं हो सकता है, ये बहुत मुश्किल है. सो यू हैव टू स्टे काम. वी हैव टू practice this, you know, we need to practice this skill because modern world promises intense, as I have already told you, that promises instant gratification. So निगेटिव इमोशंस को हमें सप्रेस करना है, उसको बाजू में रखना है एंड उस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने की कोशिश हमें करनी है. पेशेंस एंड परसिवरेंस रिक्वायर फोकस्ड अटेंशन. अगर पेशेंस नहीं है तो आप उस चीज को कंटिन्यूली ट्राई नहीं कर सकते हो. जहां पे आपका फैक्ट्स, आपका पेशेंस खत्म होता है, आपका परसिवरेंस भी खत्म हो जाता है. यू स्टॉप वर्किंग ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग, है ना. सो पेशेंस विथ अदर पर्सन्स. बहुत बार ऐसे होता है कि कोई सिचुएशन हमें इरिटेट करती है या कोई पर्सन हमें इरिटेट करता है, तो पेशेंस विथ अदर पर्सन्स, their demands, their excuses or failures. You may consider some people are like slow or very irritating, but then try to understand those people and show the unreasonable patience, and that patience will help you to understand the life from the perspective of another person. So accept the situation, try to resolve the problem, and take the rational decisions. Now, these are the valuable skills, valuable interpersonal skills. And what are the advantages of interpersonal skills? With the interpersonal skills, we build strong relationships. We have already seen that. interpersonal skills make you employable. If you are a good if you are good at your interpersonal skills, you will never lose your job, and you will always get the jobs, new responsibilities, you will get the promotions, because you have that skill. Then construct trust and respect. With the interpersonal skills, we construct the trust, build the trust, and respect as well. Relate to the situation of others, as we have already seen in empathy. Negotiate with others. If you are good in interpersonal communication skills, then you can negotiate, you can persuade that person. Apologize is very important. Apologize is very important. Saying three golden words, I am sorry, that is very important. Like apologizing with the interpersonal skills, you can say sorry in a better way, actually. And you can apologize and build trust. Reconcile differences. When people are working, there are because people of different cultures, different calibers work together, so we have to adjust with each other. And of course, when so many people are there, differences of opinion will be there, but you have to reconcile with those differences. Then interpersonal skills makes you a great leader. He makes you a great leader. Influence others successfully. With the interpersonal skills, you can influence the others successfully. If you are good in communicating, if you have a good persuading power, then you can actually influence others. Then enhance physical and emotional health. If you build the good relationships, then you will be emotionally balanced. You can balance the work and your personal life as well. So if you have interpersonal skills, then you will be physically and emotionally well. As we have already discussed all these things at a length, then tips for improving interpersonal skills. Be assertive. You have to be positive. Interpersonal skills, you have to be positive. Then maintain relationships. You have to maintain the relationships. Like I have already told you that by apologizing, as you by saying sorry, by saying thank you, by appreciating others, with all these things, you have to maintain the relationships. By motivating them, by appreciating them, you have to maintain the relationships. Uh, as as a good leader, you have to maintain the relationship with your employees. Then practice active listening. This is we have already discussed. Then acknowledge others expertise. ये बहुत important है. Like everyone wants to be, when you are in a race, you always want to stand out कि मैं ही अच्छा हूँ, कि आपको ये दिखाना होता है कि I am good and how good I am from others. So ये acknowledge others expertise, but इसके साथ आपको आजू बाजू में भी देखना है कि कौन कितना अच्छा है, किसकी किसमें खूबी है, किसके पास कौन से स्किल्स है. सो ये एक्नॉलेज करना है. यू हैव टू रिकग्नाइज अदर्स एक्सपर्टीज. गिव क्रेडिट वेयर क्रेडिट इज ड्यू. अगेन दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि काम बहुत सारे लोग कर रहे हैं, ये बहुत बार देखा जाता है, या बहुत बार लोग सुनाते हैं कि काम तो सबने किया था, क्रेडिट वो लेके गया. It should not be done by the leader or by the management thing. Like, you should be able to give the credit. जिसका है उसको आपको क्रेडिट देना है. Otherwise, he will not be able to give his 100% next time. If you do not appreciate, if you do not recognize his capacity or abilities, then that person will get frustrated, and he will not feel like working for you with that force, with the earlier force. So he'll not be able to give his 100%. So give credit where credit is due. Then look for one good trait in coworker. Like हम हमेशा दूसरों की क्या करते हैं, we try to find out faults with others. We don't look in ourselves, but we try to find out faults in others. So he says the interpersonal skills, look for one good trait in co-workers. जितने लोग हैं उन लोगों में खूबियां भी होती है, अगर कुछ 19-20 जो होता है, तो हमेशा ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट गुड ट्रेट्स इन कोवर्कर्स. आपके साथ जो काम करते हैं उनमें क्या अच्छाइयाँ है, उनके पॉजिटिव पॉइंट्स क्या है. ट्राई टू लर्न फ्रॉम देम एंड रिकग्नाइज दोज गुड पॉइंट्स इन योर कोवर्कर्स एंड वर्क ऑन इट. कल्टिवेट पॉजिटिव आउटलुक. You should always try to speak positively. You should always try to speak positively. You should always try to speak positively without giving the negative vibes. No? अगर आपका आउटलुक पॉजिटिव है, आपका आउटलुक अगर पॉजिटिव है, तो आप क्या कर सकते हो, दूसरों को इंस्पायर कर सकते हो या फिर दूसरों को मोटिवेट कर सकते हो. अगर आप निगेटिव बोलते हो तो क्या होगा कि दूसरे की भी इच्छा जो है वो कम हो जाएगी काम करने की. सो कल्टिवेट द पॉजिटिव आउटलुक. Always talk positively. Always try to find out the good things, positive things about your institution, about your workplace, about your co-workers. Then next is appreciate more and complain less. We always come across the people who complain most. हम हमेशा ऐसे लोगों के बीच में आते हैं कि जो कंप्लेन ज्यादा करते हैं कि हमारे पास ये नहीं है, I don't have this, we don't have this, we can't do this. So complaining with negativity, ये दोनों एक साथ जाते हैं. If you are a complaint box, then you are a negative person as well. So they are least popular. The people who complain most, जो लोग बहुत complain करते हैं, the people who complain most, they are least popular. Complaining means the negative thoughts. So appreciate more. Try to find out positive things about whatever is there and complain less and try to improve that thing. So this is very important. So stop complaining and start appreciating the things and try to improve the things. Characteristics of ethics in interpersonal communication. Ethics refers to a set of principles or rules of correct conduct. So interpersonal communication or interpersonal skills are about the correct conduct. Ethical communication involves honesty, openness. We have already seen that. Clarity and respectful. It means following the golden rule. This is the golden rule. You have to be honest, open, clear, and respectful. Treat your audience the way you would want yourself to be treated. हमेशा ऐसे लगता है कि मुझे ऐसे ट्रीट किया होता तो वैसे ही जब आप when you expect something from others, you also have to follow that thing. So treat the people with equality. Build the positive relationships by having positive attitude, optimistic about the things, about the situation. Balance between speaking and listening. You should always maintain the balance. जो बोलते हैं, जो सुनते हैं, उसी तरीके से बोलना है. That there should be balance. Show respect and trustworthiness. So these are the ethics in interpersonal communication. Now let's see why these interpersonal skills are important. On scale from 1 to 5, managers rate the importance of having good interpersonal skills at 4.37. I have already told you that interpersonal skills is a employability skills, means the employer wants to have this skill in his employee. So if we rate from 1 to 5, then it comes where within 4.37. So managers rate this importance of having good interpersonal skills at 4.37. इतनी वैल्यू है इंटरपर्सनल स्किल्स की. Then 71% of employees believe that their leaders don't spend enough time communicating plans and goals. These are the research. Okay, so poor communication between employers and employees can harm the business. If there is a lack of communication or a poor communication between employers and employees, then it can harm the business in many ways. When leaders are unable to communicate clearly with their employees, then it may frustrate them or disconnected with the business goals. They may frustrated or disconnected with the business goals. अगर communication अच्छा नहीं है, poor communication है, तो they may get frustrated and they may stop working for the goals. So 71% people, means the employees, believe that their leaders don't spend enough time communicating the plans. So leaders always spend some time and communicate the plans, communicate their goals, and have those interpersonal skills to build good relationship with the employees. It is by American Psychological Association, says that according to the American Psychological Association, 50% of US employees believe that their bosses are open with them. But 25% people says that they are not open, means they are unable to build the good relationship with their subordinates. It is said that 81% of employees indicated that miscommunication occurred in their organization very frequently or occasionally. So बहुत बार लोग ऐसे कहते हैं कि हमारे यहाँ तो मिसकम्युनिकेशन होता है, पोअर कम्युनिकेशन होता है हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, एंड सो हमें कुछ पता ही नहीं होता है. So here we can say that there is a lack of interpersonal communication. So when employees feel like they can speak openly with decision makers, workplace miscommunication, gossip and rumors are much less likely to happen. अगर miscommunication है इसका मतलब, या फिर rumors है इसका मतलब, आपके जो एम्प्लॉयज है दे आर नॉट कंफर्टेबल विथ superiors, with the bosses, with the managers to share their problems or to share their ideas or to share their ideas with the decision makers. So they should be, employees should feel free to discuss the problems, to speak openly with the decision makers. Then the workplace will be a happy place and there will not be any miscommunication and gossips and rumors will not be there. 85% of employees said that they are most motivated when management and leadership offer regular updates on company news. अगर कंपनी न्यूज में या फिर मीटिंग्स लेके अगर एम्प्लॉयर मोटिवेट करते हैं एम्प्लॉयज को, when the management and leadership offer these updates, then there is a communication between the employers and employees, and they, in this way, they build the good rapport. Okay, the ability to foster interpersonal relationship, establish trust and communicate clearly are all crucial skills for an effective leader. So to foster interpersonal relationship and build trust and communicate clearly are all crucial skills for an effective leader. So we can say that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. जो भी बोला जाता है वो शायद लोग भूल जाएंगे, जो किया है वो भी भूल जाएंगे, लेकिन उस समय आपको कैसा महसूस हुआ था, हाउ यू मेड देम फील, वो कभी नहीं भूलते हैं. So interpersonal skills are really very important as a soft skill, employability skills and people skills, because ultimately we have to work with people in our workplace. So interpersonal skills are very, very important in professional and personal life. So with this, I hope that you will try to learn these interpersonal skills, and you will practice these interpersonal skills in your life to live happily. Thank you.
Thank you, Kanchan. It was a very interesting and informative lecture presented in a very lucid manner. I'm sure the students now feel motivated and know how to deal with the interpersonal skills and move ahead in their life both professionally and personally. Are there any questions? One Rupesh has raised his hands. So, do you want to ask anything? I doubt. Maybe it's by mistake. So, anyways, now I move ahead to the last section of the program, that is proposal of the vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank the President of CLIC, Dr. Pranoti Chakravarti, for her guidance and support. I'm grateful to Dr. Urmila Dabir, Principal of RAJKUMAR KANYA Mahavidyalaya, for bringing out and encourage us to conduct such useful courses from time to time. Heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Usha Sakure, Principal, MANOHARRAO KAMDI Mahavidyalaya, for always taking the initiative and bringing us together for the benefits of the student. Thanks is also due to the Principal of Dayanand Arya Mahavidyalaya, Dr. Shraddha Anil Kumar, and Principal of ANJUMAN Girls Degree College of Arts, Dr. Anjumara. Thanks to all the coordinators, Dr. Madhvi Moharil, Dr. Minakshi Vasnik, and Dr. Sujata Chakravarti, for your hard work and to make this lecture series possible. Thanks to all the technicians, and last but not the least, thanks to the participants for their active participation. So, have a good day till we meet again at the same time tomorrow for the last lecture of this Personality Development Certificate course. This last lecture will be delivered by yet another expert speaker, Dr. Ghazala Hashmi, on the topic creativity. So thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Kanchan madam, for your wonderful presentation. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for giving me a chance.
The pleasure was all ours, Kanchan. Okay, chal, we'll meet then. Bye-bye.
Yes. Bye. Okay. Thank you.